Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into Aristotle, specifically his ideas on leadership, on governance.
That's right. We're looking at his political writings.
And the goal here is really to see, what insights from way back then might actually help us make sense of politics today.
Exactly. And Aristotle, he wasn't just writing down what happened. He was building a whole system, a framework.
A framework, okay. Not just observing, but analyzing.
Yeah, figuring out the principles behind it all. That's why some call him the father of political science.
Right. So let's dig into a core idea, this concept of telos, purpose.
Mm-hmm. Telos. Everything has a purpose, an end goal. For humans and for the city-state, it's eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia, flourishing, basically.
Exactly, human flourishing.
So it makes you think, are our political systems really set up for that today, for helping people truly flourish?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And Aristotle connected this flourishing directly to the structure of society. He argued pretty strongly for a significant middle class.
The middle class. Why was that so important for him?
Well, he saw it as a stabilizer, a buffer, between the very wealthy and the very poor.
Preventing those extremes that can cause upheaval.
Precisely. He thought those extremes breed instability, conflict. You look at today, with big economic divides. Well, Aristotle's point seems pretty relevant, right?
Definitely offers a lens on inequality, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so beyond the middle class, he looked at constitutions, different forms of government.
He did. But not just a list. He was interested in how they change, how they evolve.
Dynamic, not static.
Exactly. Influenced by social factors, economic shifts, culture, all of it. A constitution reflects the society itself.
And that inherent change.
Mm-hmm.
That can also mean instability, couldn't it?
Sure. He saw that potential. It's something we still see, societies wrestling with change and its effect on their political systems.
Okay, let's talk about people. The citizen, the leader. What made them good in Aristotle's view?
Well, for a citizen, it wasn't just about showing up to vote, so to speak. It was a commitment.
Commitment to what?
To the common good. And striving for virtue, moral, and intellectual excellence. For leaders, he emphasized something called phronesis.
Phronesis.
Practical wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments, navigate complex situations effectively. Not just book smarts, but real-world sense.
Practical wisdom. That feels crucial. How much do we value that, really, in leaders or even in ourselves as citizens now?
It's a good question to ask. That wisdom guiding action towards the common good, that's central for Aristotle. And phronesis is useful for everyone, really, trying to make sense of things.
He also talked about philia, civic friendship, harmony.
Yeah, philia, mutual respect, a shared purpose. It binds the community.
Feels a bit aspirational, maybe. Especially now things seem so polarized.
Maybe, but isn't that desire for connection, for some shared ground, still there underneath it all? Aristotle saw that social glue is vital. If it breaks down, the community suffers.
And law, what was its role?
Crucial, not just for keeping order, but actually for shaping citizens, for promoting virtue.
So law as a teacher, almost.
In a way, yes, cultivating good habits. But he also thought laws needed to fit the people they governed.
Adaptable. Interesting. What about fairness? Justice?
Yes, distributive justice.
Yeah.
The idea that goods, honors, resources, they should be distributed based on merit, proportional equality.
Based on merit. But
yeah.
Who decides what merit means? That sounds complicated.
Oh, absolutely. And that complexity links right into another danger he warned about. Faction.
Factions. Groups looking out for themselves.
Exactly. Prioritizing their own interest over the common good, he saw it as a major threat.
And the solution?
A strong constitution, yes, but also strong civic virtue among the people. Resisting that pull towards self-interest. We see factions all the time today, don't we?
We do. He also apparently saw a pattern, a cycle, in how governments change.
He did. A cycle of constitutions. Good forms could decay into corrupt ones. Monarchy into tyranny. Aristocracy into oligarchy. Polity into democracy, which for him often meant mob rule.
So understanding that cycle is key to preventing the decay.
That was his argument. Being aware of the vulnerabilities, are we aware enough of ours?
It's a constant balancing act. So bringing this all forward, how does Aristotle speak to our 21st century challenges? Globalization, for instance.
Well, in a world that feels both huge and interconnected, his focus on community, on shared responsibility, maybe feels even more important. We're all linked.
And technology, social media.
His emphasis on reasoned discussion, critical thinking, seems pretty vital when information and misinformation travels so fast.
What about environmental issues?
While not explicit, his general sense of living within a larger order, considering consequences. There's a connection there to sustainability, thinking about future generations.
Things like populism, declining trust.
His ideas about balancing powers, the need for an educated, engaged citizenry. They speak directly to that. Guarding against demagoguery appeals purely to emotion over reason.
So the takeaway seems to be, we need to actively work on our political culture.
I think so. Promote real civic education. Demand ethical leaders, build stronger communities, encourage genuine dialogue, respectful disagreement even, and stay alert to those emotional appeals that bypass rational thought.
It's clear, even after all this time, Aristotle's ideas give us a lot to think about, practical frameworks for today.
Absolutely. His wisdom endures.
So a final thought to leave listeners with.
Okay, how about this? In our modern world, how do we strike the right balance between pursuing our own individual purpose, our telos, and contributing to the purpose, the flourishing of our wider community? How do those two things best work together for everyone's well-being today?
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.